Working hands of America, let the healing begin.
Working hands, roughing up your skin. Vaseline Intensive Care lets the healing begin.
Vaseline Intensive Care Lotion helps heal working hands. And now we're helping hands across America. Please join us by calling this toll-free number with your pledge. Vaseline Intensive Care and Hands Across America. Let the healing begin.
Can you see okay?
Yeah. Peanuts! Get your fresh roasted peanuts!
2. Want some peanuts?
Yeah. Remember fresh roasted peanuts? One whiff, and you knew how good they taste.
They're still warm.
If you think that fresh taste is a thing of the past, you should try Planters' new improved dry roasted peanuts. They're so fresh, so flavorful. They taste like they're fresh from the roaster.
Fresh roasted peanuts!
Planters, the peanuts with fresh roasted taste.
When things get a little sticky, remember, for just pennies a pad, nothing cuts stuck-on messes better than a super grease-cutting S.O.S soap pad. S.O.S, it cleans your big jobs for small change.
There's a bug going around, and it will probably strike your child. It's the mosquito. But Cutter Insect Repellent with 30% more protection than off is incredibly effective. Cutter, preventive medicine against mosquito bites.
Aha!
Set it down gently, fellas.
That explains it, Keelber.
What?
The buttery taste of your townhouse crackers. I knew there was a logical explanation.
Yes, sir. Elfin magic.
Right. That's why Keelber Town House crackers taste so rich and buttery.
Just elfin magic.
Right. Well, I'll let you elves get back to work.
Keelber Town House with a rich buttery taste, and now low-salt Town House. Same buttery taste with only half the salt.
Tonight, it's an all-star salute to Bob Hope's high-flying birthday party with Elizabeth Taylor, Don Johnson, Felicia Rashad, Barbara Mandrell, Sammy Davis Jr., Brooke Shields, Mac Davis, Jonathan Winters, and Dolores Hope join in the celebration aboard the USS Lexington. Then, was it murder or suicide? You Are the Jury, hosted by Ephraim Zimbalist Jr., inspired by a real trial. Robert Vaughn, Constance McCashin, and Ed Begley Jr. star in You Are the Jury tonight.
All is Forgiven is moving to Thursday.
Happy trails.
With an all-new episode.
What rapture!
All is Forgiven Thursday.
Is George Bush setting his sights on the presidency? If so, how is he doing? A profile of George Bush tonight on NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw.
As a kid, my folks gave me food that was good for me. As an adult, I still eat what's best for me. Quality Alta-Dena certified dairy products just make good sense. Alta-Dena European-style non-fat yogurt is a perfect example. 100% natural with no sugar added. Healthy. Fresh fruit blended throughout, it tastes good. It's non-fat, which means less calories. Open the tamper-safe carton and you've got it all, the thick and the thin of it. From the dairy that cares about your health, naturally.
Even college professors who teach their students good health learn something new every day. Look what the makers of Allerest have done. They've created Allerest Sinus Pain Formula. It relieves allergies and sinus pain in one maximum-strength, aspirin-free sinus pain medicine. This formula is so well thought out, it erases allergy symptoms, congestion, and agonizing sinus pain. Allerest Sinus Pain Formula erases allergies and sinus pain.
This is John B. In the news this afternoon, we'll show you how Southern California and the rest of the country spent Memorial Day remembering those who served this country and kicking off the first big weekend of summer. Plus, Fred Rogan has a complete sports wrap-up, and Fritz has that early week forecast when we join you here at 4.
My cousin, Tessie, makes such a great antipasto. She rolls the salami up so tight, you can use it for a toothpick. Another trick she taught me, use Ziploc storage bags. You keep your marinated mushrooms in one bag, salami in another. Not only does Ziploc protect the flavor of these little morsels, but your peppers won't smell like your onions.
New, easier to handle Ziploc storage bags.
Oh, gee, I hope it's enough.
If you have a drinking problem, you probably have a disease. A progressive disease that weakens the structure of the family, that undermines the love that's the foundation of the family, that can tear the family apart and destroy everything you built together. A progressive disease called alcoholism. So next time you feel like reaching for a drink, reach for the phone instead. Call CareUnit. Nobody cares the way we...
1 hour here is like 24 hours anywhere else. So it's no accident that the Los Angeles Times has more journalists here than anyone else. More writers covering more communities and events. More people with the ability to see a story that no one else can see. People who know what's important and what's not, and write it that way. The Los Angeles Times. We're there for you every day.
Great meals begin in a ranch house outside Denver, because that's where Lucky sends their own meat buyer to check on the quality of the meat that ends up on your table. The packer has his high standards, but sometimes Lucky's are even higher. That's why every Lucky meat manager measures the trim with a special gold key. Our 5-star meat can't have more than a 1/4-inch trim. And getting you the best meat we can is another reason. Great meals begin at Lucky.
I'm Ed McMahon. Our most precious possession is the gift of sight. Won't you give the gift? Help fight retinitis pigmentosa. Call 1-800-FIGHT-RP.
As Jerry Brown's chief of staff, Gray Davis brought us an interesting triple feature. Gray Davis and the budget. Gray Davis and the Medfly crisis. Gray Davis and Rosebird. Now Gray Davis wants to star as controller. To manage our tax dollars? That's a show we can't afford. Fortunately, we have a choice. John Garamendi, University of California, Harvard MBA, small businessman, Senate Finance Committee. John Garamendi for state controller. It all adds up.
Republican Senate candidate Bruce Hershenson has an interesting new plan called the floating flat tax. It eliminates deductions for your home mortgage interest payments. It eliminates your deductions to all charities. And it eliminates your deductions for state and local taxes, including property taxes. What's Hershenson's plan mean to you? Simple. You'll get soaked by taxes. Elect Republican Mike Antonovich, U.S. Senate. Values, vision.
Tango Argentino, so elegant, exciting, explicit, explosive, passionate, provocative, daring, so sexy. Tango Argentino, the original cast of the smash Broadway musical hit, now coming to the Patanges Theater for 7 weeks only. To charge tickets, call Teletron 213-410-1062. Tango Argentino, let yourself go.
Summer vacations on sale. Air Cal introduces low summer fares to the Bay Area, $39. Sacramento, $39. Reno, $44. Portland, $79. Seattle, $89. Special fares good from all Los Angeles area airports when you travel round trip, but seats are limited and advance purchase is required. So call now, 1-800-4-AIR-CAL. We make flying easy.
Vaseline, the Wonder Jelly. A super skin smoother, gentle makeup remover. A diaper rash preventer, dry line quencher. Vaseline, the Wonder Jelly. Guards against the wind, smooths away the sun, takes the bite out of burns, soothes chafing on the run.
Vaseline Petroleum Jelly. Quality you can trust to smooth, soothe, soften your skin in so many ways, so many places. No wonder it's called
Vaseline, the Wonder Jelly.
The Santa Ana Police Department is looking for qualified men and women to become police officers. Call 714-834-4154.
The deep pocket law hurts California taxpayers. When cities and counties have to pay millions to defend themselves against unfair lawsuits and are forced to pay millions for injuries caused by someone else, it's California taxpayers who foot the bill. In your voter pamphlet, California's independent budget analyst says Proposition 51 will save taxpayers millions each year. Change the unfair deep pocket law. Save taxpayers millions. Vote yes on Prop 51.
Serve it up, hot and heavy. New Superware, lay it out. Hot and heavy, new Superware. Put it on, hot and heavy. New Superware.
It's super strong, the best paper plate for hot and heavy food. The deep dish helps prevent spills. The double plastic coating makes it soak-proof.
Serve it up.
Superware can take it.
The best paper plate for hot and heavy food, new from Dixie.
New Superware.
not late.
At our house, nobody wants to be late for dinner, because our house is an Eckrich house, and dinner's smoked sausage.
Mommy, is dinner ready?
All meat, hardwood smoked, seasoned just the way we like it.
Honey, I'm home.
My Eckrich sausage is so tasty, they can't wait.
Now?
Now.
Our house.
Eckrich, the very best from our house to yours.
This is John Beard. The news this afternoon. We'll have a complete wrap-up of today's Memorial Day activities locally and around the country. Also, we'll tell you about a man who strongly believes in his country and can't understand why he has to fight to wave the flag in front of his home. We'll also show you some gang members auditioning to play themselves. And Fred has a complete holiday sports wrap-up along with the rest of the day's news coming up here at 4.
Our resolve to be firm, our resolve to be strong while pursuing constructive negotiations is the way we reach peace.
Former Undersecretary of Defense David Packard stated, Ed Zschau is committed to a strong national defense and has supported President Reagan's strategic modernization, including the B-1 bomber, Pershing, Cruise, Midget Man, and Trident missiles. Ed Zschau, a great senator for California's future.
Like a virgin, touched for the very first time. Like a virgin, when your heart beats next to mine.
Are music videos teaching your kids things you don't want them to know? Then watch Music Videos, Kids Under the Influence, a very special report on the Channel 4 News at 11.
Bob Hope's birthday celebration with guest Don Johnson tonight.
The Channel 4 News at 4 is coming up next. I'm Kirsty Wild. Today, as we celebrate Memorial Day, we'll find out why a beach condominium association is at war with a veteran who wants to fly Old Glory. Officer Byrd is taking off from the LAPD, hoping to land in the big time. We'll tell you why his sidekick has turned in his badge. Fred has the whole shebang in sports, including the Houston raid that turned into the Boston massacre. And we'll take you to auditions of gangs for gangs today at 4.
Oh, save up to 50% on new stereos, vacation trips, you name it. It's the garage sale of the stars at the Music Center Mikado.
Our house is a very, very, very fine
Come on, boy. Hope we're not late.
At our house, nobody wants to be late for dinner, because our house is an Eckrich house, and dinner's smoked sausage.
Mommy, is dinner ready?
All meat, hardwood smoked, seasoned just the way we like it.
Honey, I'm home.
My Eckrich sausage is so tasty, they can't wait.
Now?
Now.
Our house.
Eckrich, the very best from our house to yours.
Millions of state checks are written each year. I remember the day the controller stated publicly that California's checks were going to bounce. We'd have to issue warrants. Well, taxpayers wouldn't stand for it. We met with Governor Duke Majan, took his plan, and put it through the legislature. No checks bounced, and no taxes were raised. We had met the last crisis of the Jerry Brown years.
On June 3rd for controller, elect a fiscal conservative, Senator Bill Campbell.
Mom, it's Susie. You know how you always said you get what you pay for? Wrong. I found a fruit juice drink as good as yours that costs less. I know, you'll say nothing's as good as Ocean Spray. It is Ocean Spray. Liquid concentrate. Just pour and add water. Same fresh fruit taste, still no preservatives, and it costs less than your Ocean Spray, so now we drink even more. Mom, your little Susie's getting more than she's paying for.
New liquid concentrate. It's good for you, America, from Ocean Spray.
From the state of California, the Honorable Bobby Fiedler.
President Reagan personally asked Bobby to second his nomination.
I proudly second his nomination for president.
To make the Reagan program a reality, the president depended on her. So can we. All Republican candidates claim to be Reagan Republicans. Only one Senate candidate consistently supports the president in Congress on key issues. Bobby Fiedler's the one for the U.S. Senate.
For centuries, women have worshipped aloe for its soothing properties. Jergens has combined aloe with lanolin in a lotion that helps heal dry, chapped skin. It's more than aloe. It's Jergens Aloe and Lanolin Lotion. Beautiful women have always recognized aloe's benefits to the skin. That's why Jergens combined aloe with lanolin in a soap that keeps your skin feeling soft and smooth. Jergens Aloe and Lanolin Soap.
The fun you can have with $100,000. And the fun you can have when you play the new instant game from the California Lottery. Because in this game, the Joker's wild, so he can help you win. There's even a growing grand prize that starts at $3 million and keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Lucky Joker. You never know where he'll turn up next.
Some stores sell paint, but Standard Brands has quality paint at $2.99 a gallon, and $3.99 a gallon, and $4.99 a gallon, and $5.99 a gallon. In fact, Standard Brands has the greatest selection of money-saving choices available, and every paint is unconditionally guaranteed. Imagine, as low as $2.99 a gallon. With prices like these, why wait? Standard Brands. When it comes to paint, we set the standard.
Glamorous, sexy, now big is beautiful. And Channel 4 News shows you why.
I love it.
Trendy fashions and bright, bold colors have arrived for the full-figured woman. See why you don't have to be thin to wear the clothes you've always wanted.
I can't imagine that God gave us life so that we can all fit into Calvin Klein size 6 jeans.
Kelly Lang shows you exciting new styles that break all the rules. Big and beautiful. This week on the Channel 4 News at 5.
The Channel 4 News at 4 is coming up next. Our top stories today: the nation's war dead are remembered from coast to coast. But a local veteran who just wanted to fly Old Glory today finds himself in a new war with his condominium association.
Hands Across America is history now, but how much help the hungry and homeless will get is still being figured out.
Carol Hutchison has some advice from the pros for weekend athletes who come limping home.
The dean of Hollywood stuntmen is dead at 89. We'll look back at his remarkable career.
And what's the best way to cast a new play about gangs? We'll hold auditions for actual gang members. We'll take you to the tryouts.
Those stories and all the day's news coming up next on the Channel 4 News at 4.
Alan Cranston wants to stop our aid to Pakistan. Doesn't he know that that's how we get supplies to the Afghan freedom fighters? Doesn't Alan Cranston know that the Soviet Union would then come right down from Afghanistan through Pakistan to the warm water port that they've always wanted and acquire a gateway to the Persian Gulf? And he wants to stop aid to Panama. Doesn't he know that there's a canal there between the Atlantic and the Pacific? Does Alan Cranston know what he's doing?
Bruce Hershenson, you know where he stands.
Another mailing from George Duke-Majan. I used to think he was okay. Then I read in the paper that he took $500,000 from toxic waste companies. And you know what's even worse? After Duke-Majan took that money, he vetoed 21 programs to clean up toxic pollution. It makes me mad, the way Duke-Majan's protecting toxic polluters who contribute to his campaign. Before Michael was born, toxic pollution wasn't such a personal worry, but it sure is now. So I'll be voting for Tom Bradley.
Todd just got the floater by Aquachem. It'll automatically chlorinate his pool for up to 4 weeks. Rodney didn't. He chlorinates the old-fashioned way. Todd has it easy. The floater will automatically signal when it needs to be replaced. No guesswork here. But Rodney just keeps on chlorinating the old-fashioned way. Poor Rodney. Maybe somebody should have told him about the floater by Aquachem.
Available at Arrow Hardware, Hughes Market, and Pantry. John Beard, Kirsty Wilde, Fred Rogan, Sports, Fritz Coleman, Weather, Carol Hutchison, Health, and David Horowitz, Fight Back. Channel 4 News, #1 at 4.
This Memorial Day was marked by parades and special ceremonies in cities all around the country. In New York City, the traditional American Legion Parade was the centerpiece, with veterans of the 2 World Wars, Korea and Vietnam, marching together.
In the Chicago area, the only military service honoring the nation's war dead took place at Fort Sheridan, complete with a cannon salute to those who gave their lives in the service of their country. Good afternoon, everybody.
Topping the news at 4, President Reagan led the nation's observance on Memorial Day with a speech at Arlington National Cemetery outside Washington. Mr. Reagan placed a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknowns and paid special tribute to astronauts Francis Scobie and Michael Smith, who died in the Challenger accident in January. But the president had special words for those who served in the Vietnam War.
They were quite a group, the boys of Vietnam, boys who fought a terrible and vicious war without enough support from home. Boys who were dodging bullets while we debated the efficacy of the battle. It was often our poor who fought in that war. It was the unpampered boys of the working class who picked up the rifles and went on the march. They learned not to rely on us. They learned to rely on each other.
For the families of more than 100 veterans who died during the Vietnam War, this was a special Memorial Day. The names of 110 men who died outside the war zone or from injuries later have just been added to the memorial. And for relatives, that makes this a special day.
The fact that we had to get back involved in this thing after we had kind of learned to live with it.
Mr. Broadhead's son Larry was killed when his B-52 bomber crashed as it took off from Guam on a run to North Vietnam. More than 400 relatives attended today's special ceremony honoring those 110 new additions to the Vietnam Memorial. Relatives of those just placed on the memorial fought for years to have their loved ones' names included.